They rounded the hill just as the fog thickened. The radio crackled once, then went dead. I lowered the volume and listened. Hooves. Snorts. The wet slap of mud. A whole herd of wild boars was moving through the mist, straight toward our position. "Don't shoot," Karen whispered. "Not yet." Down in the stream, one boar slipped and vanished behind the reeds. Another broke slightly from the herd. The ground was slick as ice. One wrong step and you're down, with them. The dogs strained at their leads, but we held them tight. Over the radio came a warning, "They're heading to you." Another herd behind. Then we killed the signal. Silence matters in terrain like this. The plan wasn't heroic. It was controlled. Let them pass. Let them choose the downhill line. Guide them into the erosion bowl we'd scouted the week before, a natural pit where loose soil collapses under weight. Not a movie trap. Just geography. If they committed to it, we could end it cleanly. One shot. One animal. Humane. Quick. No chaos. A small boar stepped forward first, testing the stream. Behind it moved a heavy adult, thick-shouldered, deliberate. That's the difference with boars. Deer bolt. Boars negotiate. They listen. They test the wind. They learn. Karam tapped my shoulder and pointed. The herd split into lines, each animal choosing its own path through stone and brush. That's what makes wild boar hunting so real in rugged terrain. 1 second you're tracking a group. The next, you're surrounded by individuals. Savas crouched low. "They'll cross between those boulders," he mouthed. He was right. The lead boar slipped through exactly where he predicted, the rest flowing behind like a dark river of muscle and bristle. My heart pounded against the stock of my rifle, but my finger stayed straight along the frame. "Let them pass," Karen breathed. Then the wind shifted, the dogs caught a scent we didn't expect and lunged forward with a sharp bark. Every head in the herd snapped up. This is the most dangerous second in a hunt, the moment when everyone knows everyone else is there. One wrong move and a controlled funnel becomes a stampede. Karam gave a thin whistle. The dogs circled back, claws scraping wet stone. The herd froze, ears high, reading the air. We adjusted silently, spreading out without running. Never run. Pressure without panic, that's the art. The erosion bowl waited below. Steeper than it looked in daylight. Loose soil, broken roots, a natural funnel. Mishandle it and it becomes cruel. Handle it right and it's decisive. The first adult slipped, sliding into the pit in a spray of dirt. 2 more followed. The small boar hesitated at the edge, then scrambled down. Inside, the herd compressed, confused but contained. "One shot," Karen whispered. "One clean end." I settled the sight on the largest boar's shoulder. Breath steady. Heart arguing. Then the forgotten radio in my pocket crackled to life, battery shifting just enough to reconnect. "Don't shoot. Let them go the other way." Every head turned, ours and theirs. The herd surged. The dogs tensed. Karam's eyes locked on mine. Now or never. I exhaled and squeezed. The report vanished into the forest, swallowed by fog and trees. When the echo faded, the pit went strangely quiet. Too quiet. That's when we noticed it, the far wall of the bowl had collapsed into a narrow black opening. A tunnel carved by years of water. Big enough for an animal to crawl through. The boars weren't watching us anymore. They were staring at that darkness. A slow scrape echoed from inside, not hooves. Too careful. Too deliberate. I switched on my headlamp, keeping the beam low. The light revealed twisted roots, a rusted length of wire half buried in soil, an old skull polished pale by seasons. This bowl had history. It had collected more than rain. The tunnel exhaled a scent, wet metal and rot. Over the radio, faint but clear, another herd coming down the ridge. 2 herds. A trapped pit. An unknown tunnel. Too many variables. Kara made the only decision that mattered. We leave. Not out of fear. Out of discipline. Survival in the wild isn't about curiosity. It's about judgment. We backed away slowly, guiding the dogs by their collars, lights low. The boars churned inside the bowl, but their bristles were raised toward the tunnel, not us. For a second, the darkness shifted, as if something inside leaned forward. My headlamp caught 2 brief reflections. Then nothing. We reached the tree line just as the second herd passed above us like distant thunder. Back at camp, they asked for the story. I told them about the wind shift. The split herd. The clean shot. I didn't tell them about the tunnel. I uploaded the footage later under a simple title, Wild Boar Herd, Forest Night, Radio Warning and the Pit. If you pause at frame 11,842, just after the shot, you'll see the movement near the tunnel entrance. Watch it with headphones. Listen to the whistle, the mud, the radio glitch. Then tell me in the comments, was that reflection another animal, or something else entirely? If you enjoy true wilderness encounters where hunting meets survival, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Vendor&Wildlife channel. Stay sharp, stay respectful, and as always, stay wild.